If you knew what was about to happen in your life, you would have the biggest smile on your face, my friend. Your deep belief in yourself is creating miracles. Do you know that? Are you aware of that? Every time you believe in yourself, synchronicity happens in your life. Sometimes you notice them, sometimes you think, well, it just happened. But those are all tiny signs that the universe is giving to you to show you how powerful your beliefs are. You're focused on your goals more than ever before, which is granting you a quantum leap in your results. Life is about to change in a very big way. New relationships are strengthening and the path ahead is clear. So if this resonates with you, my friend, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell so you can get notified with the new messages, and affirm this: I attract good things because I'm a good person. I attract good things because I'm a good person. I attract good things because I'm a good person. You can write it in the comment section, just to, to elevate your spirit a little bit, to be reminded that you are the change you've been looking for. You need to understand that sometimes what you're the most afraid of doing is the very thing that will set you free. Sometimes what you're the most afraid of doing is the very thing that will set you free. And life is teaching you this way. It is teaching you the way that it is it is giving you things you're the most afraid of, only because it is testing how much you truly want it. Like, when I've started making these YouTube videos, at the beginning I was sharing other people's messages. And then at some point I've stopped doing that, and I got kind of challenged, like, will I be brave enough and skillful enough to start sharing myself? And it was a great test, and I did it. We made it. So that's how we get tested sometimes. We start a business and it doesn't work, like we don't see any results. And then will you quit, or will you find a new way? Will you find a new strategy? Will you find maybe, I don't know, a new method to find wanting results? When the relationship falls apart, will you cry out of sadness? Will you stay there in sorrow forever? Or will you say, well, maybe even greater person is meant for me. Maybe it's time for me to really be with myself and to get myself into a higher state of health, of joy, of bliss, right? Maybe I just need to start taking care of myself the way I was always taking care of others. And I really need to start working on that passion project I was putting aside because of all these distractions. Like, so many times I talk with people who say, I wanted to start painting for such a long time, but I just can't find time for it. And then they say, yeah, sometimes I'm scrolling on my phone, sometimes I'm watching TV, and I'm talking with others, and I'm spending time with my friends and so on. Well, it's about managing your priorities, right? We all have the same amount of time. It's just how we invest our attention, our focus. So, of course, when we choose to do something new, it will be scary. It will be scary, and it should be. So, when you overcome this fear, you recognize how courageous you are, how mentally strong you are, how emotionally resilient you are. It's just a test that is showing you that you're capable of much more than you think and you believe that you are. That's how you overcome your beliefs, because you notice that you've done what you thought that is impossible for you, and suddenly you become I am possible, right? You've noticed that you are capable of. And one of the most powerful things that I've learned in my life for creativity and inspiration and finding solutions when it feels like nothing works in my favor, but I feel, when you're at the point of your life when you feel that a change is so close, but still it feels like a part of you is blocking it. Do you feel like that? Because I often felt like that. Like, I felt change is so close to me, but a part of me is blocking it. Like, the way I speak from such a limiting perspective. Sometimes, I know in the past, when somebody asked me how it is going, I've started complaining. And I've noticed, well, I am blocking myself. So those were many stupid things I was doing because I wanted to be realistic with people. But then I've noticed, well, from that realistic standpoint, I will not make a change. Sometimes you need to become quite unrealistic in the eyes of others so you can embody a state of a visionary, which is completely unrealistic in the present moment, but his reality is in the future, and then he draws the energy from his future and manifests it in the present moment. So what helped me the most is to change in perspective. I often needed to move to new places, sometimes to go to places that inspire me. Sometimes I will go into the forest, sometimes I will go close to the river, sometimes I will go onto the beach, close to the ocean, just to think about same thing from a different place. And I've recognized different places inspire me in different ways, and somewhere I get answers that I can't get at home, right? And often it happens to us this way, like when you're dealing with a challenge, when you're dealing with a roadblock, when you're dealing with something that doesn't make sense, try to get a new perspective somewhere else, because at different places you have different emotional associations. Like when I get close to water, it makes me really happy. It makes me at peace with myself, and my mind works differently in this kind of states. Like, I feel everything is possible. And when I'm there, I look at a challenge like something fun to overcome. When I'm at home, I may look at it differently. So sometimes when I go into the forest and I see those giant trees, I see myself as someone small, and then my challenges becomes even smaller. So I recognize, well, it's not so big. You know, this problem is not so big than I thought it is. So this is the power of changing perspective. When you embody that, you will notice that places really interact with your energy field. They may inspire you, they may help you, so don't feel so alone on your path. Don't feel so alone, because there's so many forces that are inspire you. Another thing that will help you so much is to learn to transform pain into a process. So many people are avoiding pain. Even challenges may be a cause of pain for you. And whatever may be a cause of pain, learn to transform it into a process. Pain is only painful because it's undefined. Like, we don't really... It's like looking at the book on which there is written pain and you avoid it. But when you open that book, you see it's made out of pages, and on each page there's written something. And once you start reading it, you start recognizing, well, maybe pain is not so painful. It makes a lot of sense. I just need to look deeper into it and read it. So when, let's say, you feel something is not working in your favor and it is a cause of pain, like you started working on a project. Like, I know when I've started working on this mission, at the beginning there was no results and it was a cause of pain, like why it is not working. But then I look deeper and I've noticed, well, I haven't tried everything. So I've started experimenting a little bit with different topics, with different styles, until I found more of myself. And once I found more of my authentic self, I've noticed that also my work started growing. So you see, a cause of pain is maybe just a lack of clarity, and you need more clarity, and then you will be able to turn whatever is painful to you right now into baby practical steps to make a change in your life. Like, maybe a pain for you is that you're not so consistent with yourself. But if I would ask you, do you have a precise plan for the work you want to be consistent with? And you say, no, well, that's the reason why you're not consistent. If nobody taught you how to be consistent, That's most probably a reason why you're not. So teach yourself to be consistent, and to teach yourself means that you write a plan for yourself, like every single day at, I don't know, 10 a.m. I will dedicate 1 hour for this project, and that will make you more consistent, right? That's how you transform pain into a process, and suddenly all the mess that was present in your life will turn into a message, and then you will reflect on your past and you will notice how many incredible things you could learn from your own mistakes. And another reminder, I just want to give you this because it's so powerful. The days you're most uncomfortable are the days you learn the most about yourself. And to me, it's so true and so real. Like, remember when you went on a job interview and you felt so uncomfortable, but when you went there and maybe you succeeded, maybe you didn't succeed, when you get back home, you've recognized what was holding you back. You've recognized most probably that you're much more confident than you think you are, or you have some problems with how you express yourself or how you introduce yourself, how you shake hands, do you look in the eyes of that other person. You start noticing these details about yourself that you couldn't notice before, and it only helps you to then change, to improve in this area. So the days you're most uncomfortable are the days you learn the most about yourself. So ask yourself, when was the last time you felt uncomfortable about something? Because maybe it's also a sign that you should pull yourself out of the comfort more frequently. So more often you would feel uncomfortable, and therefore you would grow more, you would learn more. A powerful lesson. So reflect on this a little bit. And sometimes, my friend, this is more poetic, but it's beautiful. Sometimes to make a star shine, it needs to be lost in the darkness. Does it resonate with you? Because many of you have been through what we call dark night of the soul, right? You've been through it. You've been a victim of others. You've been a victim of different belief systems. Some people told you that you're no one, that you're stupid, that you're ugly, that you're, I don't know, whatever. Many people told you many different things and you believed them. And then you've been pushed away, or whatever happened to you, and you went through the darkness. Or maybe you've lost money, you've lost relationships, you've lost a dear person, whatever happened that pushed you into the darkness. For a certain period of time you thought that your life is over, but still it didn't destroy you. Why so? Why it didn't destroy you? Well, because there's something within you that can't be destroyed. And that's something you should reflect on. What is that part of you that can't be destroyed? This is why you go through the dark night of the soul. Some people say, I'm going through it for many years. Yeah, well, because you still haven't discovered what part of you can't be destroyed. So what is the part of you that can't be destroyed? They say we all have within a divine DNA, a perfect DNA, which makes us superhumans, godlike. This is you. This is who you are. Sometimes poetry may help us to activate that. Sometimes inspiring speeches can help us to activate that. Sometimes music can help us to activate that. And sometimes a deep meditation can help us to activate that. Doesn't matter what is the tool that you use, that you find your bliss, you find your strength, you find your unique sound. Doesn't matter what will activate it. That's what you need. So you need to feel activated. That's what happens when you feel inspired. That's what happens when we feel suddenly so deeply driven by something higher than just material goals, something that wants to bring us back into life. That's when we discover our light. So don't be afraid to go through dark phases. What you need the most is to love yourself, because love is that indestructible force. It's hard to find it when you don't have it, right? But you need to learn to awaken it, to nurture it, to nurture your inner fire. Never let it burn out. Learn to nurture it, and through practice you will become better at it. You can wake up in the morning, look into the mirror and say to yourself, I love myself, I love myself. Say it 10 times, say 20 times, and then just expand it onto others. Wish others to be happy, not because you want something in return, but because you want to share your goodness, your kindness, and eventually your light will start to feel stronger. Be connected with it, stay connected with it, and nurture it. Notice that through your work you can share it. You only work to make this love visible, right? If you make it an affirmation, I work to make love visible, you will work with passion, you will work with love, and you will always navigate yourself towards activities that you truly love to do, towards activities that make you feel alive. So that's how you find your light, and that's how you get yourself out of the dark phase into the phase of purification and eventually crystallization, where you become the greatest version of yourself. So my friends, I hope you found great value in today's video. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings and power. If you found today's artwork inspiring, go and check out all my other paintings on our site attractpassion.com. You can find all of my art there, prints of my art, some of the original paintings. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, you can book a calling on the link in the description of this video. I'm excited to meet you and maybe to help you to get to the next level on your journey. So check it out. Until next time, one love.